Drop a bomb, 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 bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Ooh, look at this.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too look at this.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb,
Going
bomb,
on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.
What? Riri disappeared.
I'm here.
What's going on, people? What's really good? Listen, welcome to the Reckless Roundtable yet again. We're back again every Monday. We'll be here between 9:30 and 10 p.m. in it. Like every Monday, we're going to be here. This is the new record. This is the new schedule. Make sure you get used to it, people. So listen, we will have a different lineup every time. Well, not every time, but we're trying to get you used to new faces. So the big up to Leon, Jakeman, the fake Blackman up in here. What's going on, bro? What's good? Everybody should know Riri by now. I said, shut up. And say a big up to Riri, please, people. Make sure I bring a round of applause to the queen in the house. Yes. Hey, everybody should know end to end by now. Abs. Oh my God, this guy just has a permanent beef with KG. We all know him. We all love him because, you know, he will back you or hate you, but, you know, he comes with the tactics every time. And Josh, welcome to your debut on the Reckless Roundtable, bro. Listen.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
What time is it out there right now, fam?
3:20 to be exact. 3 a.m. though.
3:20 a.m. in the morning, and he's here on the Reckless Roundtable, bro. Yeah. Hold on. Are you fasting? Are you Muslim?
Me? No.
Yeah. Are you Muslim? You're not Muslim.
Christian,
no.
yeah.
No. Yeah. Okay, so you're not fasting. Okay. Actually, Christians fast as well, you know.
Yeah.
When it's Eid.
Yeah. We're just waiting for Lent. So.
But anyway, so all right, let's move on, guys. I'll tell you what. Yeah, tonight we're going to be discussing a couple of things. Obviously, you see the thumbnail. Cheeto hate is going around like crazy right now. Yeah, and I don't know why. We've seen him in like 3 matches, and all of a sudden, everybody's made up their mind on him. But is this the problem in Manchester United as a fan base? That's one thing we're going to be discussing. Also, did you guys see that Mason Mount was out and about, just like with other Chelsea players, having up a good time while we was out here losing? Like, where is Mason Mount when you need him? He's out partying with the boys. Have you seen? Don't worry, I've got pictures. We'll talk about that soon, yeah? Obviously, Manchester United also crashed out of the FA Cup, which we all need to discuss as a group. And last but not least, Amorim. Is his head on the chopping board right now? And is it our fault that his head is on the chopping board? People like me, you know, and Josh, you know, maybe I should move Josh over here. Josh, come over here. You can stay next to me because, you know, people like me and Josh might be blamed for the reason why Amorim might be getting called out recently, innit? So in fact, let me come down here with you, Josh. Yeah, let's stay. I'll be down here. Yeah, but these are the things that we're going to discuss today. But let's start at the top of the chart. Yeah, let's start with Cheto Obi. And so I'm going to start with you because you're a coach. Yeah, no matter what level, you're a coach. Bleeding in somebody like Cheto at this level. Yeah, top professional, big Man United. You know, people are cussing at his performance, and from what I saw, it was better than anything else I've seen in the attacking position.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I'll start off is clearly I cleansed my timeline well before Ramadan because I didn't see no hate on my timeline. So I was shocked.
You did?
This keeps coming. I didn't see no hate on my timeline. I'm shocked that this keeps coming up.
Did you not watch any watch-alongs? Did you not watch any of the watch-alongs? Like
no. I don't need you. I don't need to watch you suffering on the game that I'm suffering watching as well. what do I need double the suffering for?
I get it. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't need that. Unless I'm in the stadium, that's when I can do group suffering with other people. If I'm in my house, I don't need a watch-along. I absolutely don't need a watch-along. I have enough pain as it is. No, but I mean, I'm shocked because if you're giving Obi, you're giving Chido hate for that performance of 30 minutes when he obviously created more chances in that game than Hojlund has in 22 matches, then I don't know where your standards have been, because why haven't you been saying more about Hojlund this whole time then? Or is it one of those, hey, Joe, I need you to play that video. You know that video. You know the soccer video. Please.
Let me see if it's there. I don't know. It's been a long. Hold on. You must have it. Hold on.
That's the best video of the year, bro.
Is that a colour thing? Is that a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is there underbelly colour thing that keeps you going?
Is it the belly colour thing? Is it his voice? I'm ready now. I've got all the files. When you're ready, just tell me.
Good. Yeah, no, honestly, right? We're gonna play it one more time. I'm gonna just build it up again so that we don't have that.
Let me know when you're ready. I'm ready.
Honestly speaking, yeah, how can you see that performance? See him 100% take-ons, 17 touches, 5 successful passes. 5 attempted passes, 4 successful, 3 shots, 3 big chances, and then goal. I don't like him. So now play the video again. Because
is that a colour thing? Is that a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is there underbelly colour thing that keeps you going?
Is it underbelly?
Because it has to be. Anyway, I love this. Because in terms of striking performances, other than a goal, you haven't seen something like that for a long time. In terms of just a pure striker. No, I'm not talking about the wingers. I'm talking about just a striker.
Just a pure striker, yeah. Because obviously we're not talking about the Amads, we're not talking about the Nachos, we're talking about the strikers. We're talking about the likes of Hojlund or Xerxes in our club right now.
Minus a goal, that performance was everything you needed. Minus a goal. So if you're hating on him, then I'm assuming you're the same people that want Amorim to be chopped, because your standards must be up here in the sky.
I don't know, because I've been considered a guy that wants Amorim to be chopped, but I don't feel that was a bad performance. I was championing the kid. I was cussing out people in the chat for bringing that kind of energy, because I was just like, here's the thing. Remember, we had that whole conversation on KG's channel. I mean, well, we're on KG's channel right now, but we had that whole conversation on Reckless Sports about if Obi Martin should be even starting or be getting chances in the first team, and we was all saying that.
Listen, there was a divide. Yeah, I got insults for saying he needed to be in the first team before Amorim even took his first game. Because the first thing I said is, as a guy watching football, I don't think Hojlund had the hunger to be a striker. There's certain movements, there's certain tunnel vision you need, greed you need as a striker, that I'm seeing Obi has loads of it at 17 and Hojlund doesn't. Let's be honest, we see Hojlund grabbing a wine more time than you see him shooting. And you know it's carnival season now in the islands as well. So you know that's where he should be.
Don't kill me off today.
But I'm going to leave it as that. I think I've said enough. I'm going to leave it as that.
All right, guys, just real quickly. Yep, we was waiting for another guy to pull up. He's here now. It's probably my fault. No, it is my fault because I sent him the link late. Big up to Coley in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's good?
Also making your Records Roundtable debut as well, aren't you, actually?
No, I think I've been here before. It's just been a while.
Okay, it's just been a while. Well, it's good to see you again, fam. Listen, we've just been speaking about the hate that's been going around on Cheto Obi Martin's name at the moment, yeah? If you'd like to just jump in quickly before Riri goes and just say what you think about the Cheto hate that's been out there ever since he made his third appearance, because I feel like it's only really happened since the last game and since the loss. What do you think?
Let Riri say a piece, bro. I just got here. Ladies first. Let's say a piece.
Oh, it's just an introduction. Never mind. They got it, Riri.
I don't understand it. I'm like Abs. I don't get it.
This is a youth, a youth that's been put in the spotlight. And from what I saw yesterday, I don't condone the abuse that he's getting. It's unnecessary. And to Ab's point, he did more than Hojlund did for the entire first half. So I don't understand where this abuse is coming from. This fan base is really, really toxic at the moment. It's like sepsis. It's just super, super toxic. I get the frustration that the team is not doing what they're supposed to and they're not winning games, but that doesn't give anyone a bly to, take out their aggravation and their frustration on how old is he? 17? On a 17-year-old kid?
17, yep.
A 17-year-old kid? Come on now. It's unacceptable from this fan base. I mean, really, really unacceptable. Why? Because he didn't put the ball in the back of the net. You could literally see, and I said this in the GC, like you could literally see where it became so overwhelming for him on the pitch, where like he was literally starting to go into his head, and that was then affecting his judgment. Because there was a part where I think Casemiro passed to him, but he was a little slow getting to the ball, and then Cas was like, gesticulating to him, and then I think Xerxes got the ball back, and then Xerxes tried to bring him into play again, and then he wasn't fast enough, but you could tell he had already started living in here. Because when you start living in here, your response time is not as, so that's not good for our youth. If we're gonna want this guy to be our future, or even a backup to a more experienced striker, we got to give him the time, and we can't be this toxic towards him.
And you know what? Yeah, this is one thing that I'm gonna take away from the match that I was watching. You see exactly what you said. That you said that you saw him going into his head on the pitch. There was one point in the match that I started going, you know what? I feel sorry for all our strikers. I started at one point during that match, that FA Cup match, I was going, do you know what? I'm starting to feel sorry for all the strikers that we've played in the last 4 or 5 years, yeah? And do you know why? Because what you said you saw, I saw as well. I saw Chido starting to shrivel. And I said, this is what I was starting to cuss, because I was also reading the chat. Yeah. And I was like, this is what we do to our young players, This is what we have been doing for years. Every time we get a good player that has some sort of future, maybe, even to the likes of Garnacho, the likes of Garnacho's been, you don't even know what the word is, but it's just been grinded down over the last few months, especially. Yeah, we've known that there's other YouTube fan channels that have managed to get in contact with him and spoken directly to his face that caused the madness, and it went all over the world. Yeah, even the other day I turned on my YouTube, and that was the thing that was on my YouTube before the FA Cup match, and I was like, right, look at that, look at this guy. I know that guy. Do you know what I mean? These things affect players like we don't know. And
they're humans. At the end of the day, they're humans. They're not machines. They are humans. And the same way negative connotation thrown towards us as humans, as regular everyday Joes,
get up on for that.
And it affects us. If somebody comes after our character, comes after our integrity, or questions our integrity, our defenses go up, or we get into our head and we start, and I think the fan base forgets that. They look at the, it always comes back to, oh, well, these guys get paid X amount of money to do whatever. The money doesn't always equate to the abuse. Like, money doesn't equate to you being able to abuse people however you want, whether it be verbal, or like these keyboard gangsters that they got out here on all these platforms. I don't condone it. I don't like it. So
You know what? With that being said, then, Josh, let me ask you this question, Josh. Yeah, how do you feel Obi's been received over the last few matches? Do you feel it's been just any of the things that people have said? Because you know what, I did read some of the things that KG threw up on the screen, and it was, people were saying that he's not ready and he shouldn't be starting for us right now. I mean, some of the things that people are saying is not wrong. I mean, it's some of the things that we actually discussed on the channel. Yeah. So, thoughts?
So the thing is, I remember we had this conversation about Chido, remember? And KG was like, we should be giving him at least 10 minutes. And I had said at the time, I'm not sure what 10 minutes is going to do for him than it is going to do for us, right? So, but then I understood the point that maybe Amorim wants to bring in some youth players and he wants to give these people a chance. And so if that is the premise of what Amorim wants to do, then I'm fine with it. We shouldn't be talking about Chido in such a way or criticizing him just because Amorim wants to bring in a youth forward and wants to give them a chance. So, in my opinion, it's all right if he's coming up and he's taking like 10 minutes or 15 minutes of game time. So that's okay for me. But the time when you cross the limit and when you want to abuse him and you want to criticize him down to the T, even though he's just a youth and he's coming through and it's his first season, by the way, like people don't even take into consideration, right? And so instead of criticizing him, you'd rather motivate the player. You'd rather, you'd rather speak up for him, and you'd rather take the pressure off of him. That's the main thing that we should be doing, and that's it. Like at least for his first season, that's what we need to be doing. That, in my opinion. And like the thing is, I'd like to add. I don't know if any of you guys watched Andy Cole. And he was talking with Ferdinand. They went on this, Ferdinand does the podcast. So Andy Cole was on there. Yeah. And I really recommend people watch it because I watched it. And he was talking about Rasmus and Chido. And he said something about how Chido, when he came on, and you have Rasmus going off or whatever, this kid is coming on and he's absolutely fearless because he's got nothing to lose. Right?
Of course.
He's coming on and he's got nothing to lose, and he's thinking to himself, no one's done anything, so I'm just gonna go and do whatever I can, right, and make that impression. And he did that, and that was the job, and that's what he was supposed to do. So that was good. But what I also heard Andy Cole saying, he said, guys like Rasmus are overthinking. They're here. They're not even on the pitch. And I really deep that. I was thinking about what he was saying, and I was like, what's he really trying to say? And I was like, Rasmus isn't really on the pitch, even though he's on the pitch. You think of it that way, and it shows that the kid is under a lot of pressure. He can't handle it. Is it the physicality we can talk about, the finishing we can talk about, the instincts we can talk about, but mentally, I don't even think Rasmus is on the pitch. That's psychologically, and he's way in over his head right now, overthinking things. And so that's what he said about him as well. So
do you know what, Ed?
Yeah.
Sorry. Let me ask you this, yeah? Do you think Rasmus would benefit from a loan spell? Or would it be just looking to move him on in the summer?
Right. What do you want Rasmus for? You know what? There's a concurring theme right now. My manager's been here for 5 months and people are slagging him off already when he cut it halfway through the season. I got a 17-year-old that you lot have seen all of 110 minutes, and people think they got an opinion. Same people that never once bothered watching him at youth level because apparently all that stuff don't matter. But anyway, what do you want? Do you want us to be the old Man United tomorrow? And if that's what you want, Rasmus ain't part of that picture. Yeah. But I don't know who he is, to be fair. In world football, unless we're going to get Mbappe, Bellingham, we basically just have to be Real Madrid. Let's just go take Real Madrid's team, and we might be able to be the old Man United. But that's why I'm tired right now, bro. I'm tired of these conversations. I'm tired of these topics, and I'm tired of people's dumb takes right now, bro. People getting mad emotional. Who is my man? Who was on the stream yesterday talking about Amorim.
And Anthony V.
That guy. Okay, Anthony. That's
these are the
it.
people, bro. This is what I'm saying. These are the people, yeah. And I'm about to say something. I don't care how you take it, yeah. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you can't really say what I'm about to say politely. When you don't come out with these hot takes that you formulated in the last 24 hours and they only extend to what's happened in the last 24 hours or the last game, you really make yourself like you expose yourself as a casual. I can tell you lot are just tuning in because like there's no context behind the shit that you lot say. You lot are telling me Amorim out, he's shit. As if you weren't part, like you obviously didn't support the same club that brought him in halfway through a season. And you obviously didn't know that. Get me? Talking about a 17-year-old at this point of his career, allow it, bro. Like, how much football have you actually watched? And how much are you really exposing yourself right now when you come out here with this emotional stuff? Yeah, Pav did say that, but you know what? Pav does pay attention to football. See the thing with Pav, and again, I'll say it how it is. Pav gets over emotion, bro. Pav will say something out of pocket because he's pissed off right now. It's not really how he feels. It's not really how he feels. He's saying something out of pocket right now to extenuate how he feels right now. That's what I've learned about Pav, and I accept that about him. That's why I don't go off on him, because I know when I break it down, he does actually pay attention to ball. Get me?
And I also add on Pav, he's very cutthroat. He's very cutthroat, and he has been for a long since I've been on this channel, and he's been cutthroat with players, managers, coaches. So if you get too attached to the words he says, that's on you, because you should know better by now, right? He's very cutthroat. But so when he goes off, I kind of expect it. I expect it.
At the very least,
you have to talk to him.
When he's doing that, when he's going off, there's concurrent context. Understand? And it's not even about being a flip flop any of those catchphrases right there, but like Pav will draw his opinion from what he's been watching, because he is watching. So whether I think he's right, wrong, indifferent, my man is taking the time to form an opinion based on what he's actually taking the time to go see. Yeah, a lot of you people ain't doing that. So you can swear. I'll start by the
Hey, listen, Kosi, I knew it was a good idea to have you on the show today. Yeah, perfect. Exactly. Right. You know what? I'll tell you something, yeah. With that being said, I think that should leave the Chido conversation right there, innit? Yeah. Because people are formulating, people are.
You know, one thing I will say quickly, Joe. You know, one thing I will say, Joe, on that as well, because like Cody just said, like for example, like I've just come off something, yeah, where I've seen how the world's changed in terms of how people are reactionary, how people are casually critiquing on something that they don't know nothing about. Someone could watch an hour of me doing something and see the clips and see the edit and assume that they know and assume that this is exactly what it is, right? So, you know, when you're watching the highlights and you see cheats, well, I'm calling him Obi-Wan. That's what I'm calling him right now, because I think this guy's a baller. Listen, people can see someone miss a chance and on a quick highlight and think, oh my God, my man's dead. What's happening? But still, we're in some reactionary stage of life where people see something and think they have the opinion or the right to cast their opinion. The youth's 17. Now, my oldest son's 19, and I can't imagine if that was my boy. I'll be going around the whole of Old Trafford and trying to mash everyone up, because at the end of the day, my man is trying to do his best for the club, yeah? But also, at the same time, like, I don't get sometimes how opinions are formulated in terms of lots of people's different kind of takes and stuff, because we've been seeing Hojlund doing what he's been doing for a piece now. And like Cody just said, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know who we could just go and pinch and go and get. But one thing I do know is that there has to be time. We can't be jumping on people all the time. We can't. Now, don't remember, I've had my kind of opinions on certain people who I don't feel who should be at the club, who we've moaned about for time, in terms of that just shows the state of where our club is at, in terms of who's still at this club. But at the same time, what I won't do is see a guy busting his gut trying to kind of do his best for the club. Sometimes that might not be good enough because maybe you're not good enough for the club. But I've always just tried to kind of keep it real and say, listen, the guy, if I can see a guy trying, that's all I want, man. That's all I want. People to run through a brick wall for the club that I love. You see what I mean? So I just don't. I hear you.
Yeah. To answer your question, you're saying you don't know how people formulate these opinions. I've come to realize, bro, they borrow them. They borrow them and they stitch them together from whoever they think is hot that week, bro.
Yes, man.
It's true.
For some reason, certain people in TalkSport like have United fans.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine being a United fan and tuning into TalkSport and going, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Hey, TalkSport have made a secondary channel just for the United's videos.
I know they have, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I know they have.
That's crazy.
Do you know how much money they know they're gonna get?
That's insane.
Yeah.
I know they
That's
have, bro.
crazy, you know.
But this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. This is where like I get to a point where I start getting ignorant, bro. Because like I understand what you lot are doing. Yeah, you lot are doing monkey see, monkey do. Man's taking the time to go formulate my own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come and repeat what you heard from your favorite talk show host. I'll cuss you and him at the same time in the same breath. Don't do that. Like, it's irritating.
The thing that I'd like to say about Cheto, right?
One second.
The thing that I'd like
smoke today. He's on smoke.
Hey, this is why I bring Coley.
And you know what's scary? When he's calm like that, that means he means everything he's saying.
Oh, listen, you know what?
When he's screaming and carrying on and crashing out, but when he's calm like that, he means everything he's saying.
I think fans just need to remind themselves of what
you know those kind of serious guys. You know those serious guys that when they get quieter, you should be more worried.
Yeah.
That's Coley, yeah. But anyway, sorry, Josh, you was about to say something, but after this, I'm gonna move on from this subject. Yeah. Last thing, go on.
No, like even I just wanted to end it by saying like Varane literally just came out with an interview and he said we don't protect these kids when they come to the club. So why aren't fans just going off and listening to something like that? I mean, and he's been here. It's not like, and he was just here a season or two ago, so he knows what he's talking about. He came and he said that we don't protect these players and we put them under the spotlight, and immediately we want to expect so much from them. So let's not do that, right? Like, let's keep it on the low and let's just keep it moving.
But at the same time, if we bagged last night, we should be putting up for a Ballon d'Or. See what I mean? It's mad. It's mad how it goes, man. It's crazy.
Like, it's the way we move, and this is why I'm getting more and more angry.
You know what it is. You know what it is. As football supporters, everybody looks at Yamal and feels like every youth coming out of any combine or any, should be like Yamal. Yamal is a generational talent. Like, people fail to realize they're those special players that for any sport that, come along ever so often. And you can't compare other players to that player. Say that again.
To interrupt you, yeah?
Go
craziest thing about it is Yamal's numbers are not even that good.
Exactly.
But you will not hear that from Barcelona fans.
Mm-hmm.
You will not hear that from the guys that are trying to big him up to the highest levels.
You get rushed. You will get rushed. Go sit in that stadium with a Barcelona or Real Madrid shirt on and say something bad about one of their beloveds. You will get beat up.
And it's something that I think we need to pick up as a fan base.
That's what I wanted to touch on. I wanted to touch on that, but I want to move on. No, I'm going to stay here now. No, I'm going to stay here now because I want to say this, yeah? We are fucking up our own young players, man. We are. We're literally messing with their heads. It's one thing to say let's look. We were saying it earlier that these guys grew up in social media. We've touched on social media compared to these guys. Like, my daughter has had a tablet since she was, I don't even know how old. She's had a tablet, innit, yeah? She's had a tablet from wee ages, bro, yeah? And then my son's had a tablet from whenever age he was, since tablets were popular, yeah? All I'm saying is they live on social media. They have been bred into social media. You think they don't watch the United View? They don't watch the United Stand. They don't go and find a different opinion. They don't go to rants and see somebody cussing about them. You think they don't? They go and see. They're consuming everything, fam. Apart from doing their training and their media appearances, they've got a lot of free time. Yeah, and what, bro? They're consuming, and plus, not only that, but in between what they have to do, they're also traveling. And what you do when you're traveling and not driving, you're consuming bullshit. And that's what they're doing too. Try and know that they've seen all the criticism, all the hate that comes their way. And I know that we're in our soft boy era right now, yeah? Everybody's soft. But at the same time, we do need to take into consideration how much abuse that we're sending their way.
I actually want to say something about that soft thing, right? Can you imagine Roy Keane having to read these comments about his bad performances every day? Do you know what he would be like on the pitch afterwards?
He would cuss. He would take everybody out.
Hold on. It was a different time. Like, you think people didn't used to try and run up on Roy Keane and his local news agents and tell him about
100%.
Yeah, 100%. He wasn't hearing it every day.
But you know, he was doing it to his face every day. Very, 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 very less in volume.
Yeah, but I was going to say, Cody, yeah?
Way less
online, people are too brave because they know they're never going to see you.
90%
of them don't even have their names on the profile account, so they can talk free.
But Abs, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. Do you know why, bro? Because there's nothing stopping me from. I don't do this and I wouldn't do this because I ain't got time like that and I ain't sad. And certain man who are in the chat who don't even support United, are neat, yeah. But what I could do is I could go do that. I could go pretend to be a United fan, and then spew all of the anti-United stuff.
Yeah, Arsenal fans do it on this show all the time.
They do it all the time on this show.
I know they're Arsenal fans.
They're always in the chat. They're always
Chelsea fans. I know they're Arsenal fans, potentially
preemptive.
United fans.
But I had to do the strike first before I give the knowledge. But still, anyway, the point I'm making is, like that is a very real thing, isn't it? That is a very real thing, and like it's very interesting to me how you see it happen at the top, and then you see the rest of like civilization follow suit, innit? So like Jamie Carragher starts getting his voice in his 10 minutes, his 10 minutes turns into an hour, his hour turns into 2, his 2 turns into a special. Yeah. Now they know there's an audience for that because him doing all that yappa and getting all them views, now all of these people also have their opinion as well. Yeah, and now with the online thing, you don't have to go run up in Roy Keane's face and pretend to be a United fan and get called out when everyone realizes you're not one. You can just pretend to be one. Just put a United shirt in your profile pic, make a cute little what's it called, username, and that's it. According to that player, United fans hate me. But this is the thing now, yeah. You can't assume that the defensive element of that hasn't evolved as well as the offensive. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like when you're saying it's developed, at the same time, it's also been fractured even more because these guys have been surrounded in a bubble, yeah? And I'm saying that from experience, yeah, from my nephew.
Sure. Yeah? How old is your oldest youth?
My oldest youth, he's 16 this year.
Lovely. Mine's 13, yeah? I ain't got one, but yeah. You put them at like when they were 8 years old. Even now, try overload them with information. What happens?
They shut down.
They shut down.
They shut down.
It's not happening.
I have a 16-year-old in my house. They shut down.
Right. Everyone understands this. Everyone understands.
And my son's autistic. Bro.
You understand this better than anyone. Yeah, bro. He will banish you to another dimension in his head, bro. You don't exist no more. You know, like that. Anyway, but the point I'm making here is, that's what I mean. Like, human beings weren't designed to interact with the amount of people that they interact with on a social media basis at the moment. So what's happening in every walk of society right now? If you're young, you're getting overloaded. So what ends up happening is you just go, fuck it all, fuck all of it.
And
That's the human reaction. Yeah. Now, when it happens in sport, you see man like Rasmus Hojlund running into people constantly because he gets to a point. He gets to a point. It's not even a crash out, bro. It's not even a crash out. You don't trust the information because they realize the things that I'm saying to you. I don't even know if this critique is coming from the United fan. How about that? How about I play with people in this United club right now that aren't actually United fans? So when they retire, they're asked a question as an ex-United pro that never actually supported United, I know this man's not going to have nothing nice to say. So why am I going to listen to the likes of X, Y, and Z who's on my TV?
See, this is what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying, though. This is what I want to give you a bump for what you're saying, yeah? In terms of, like, you don't know if it's coming from A, B, or C, yeah? But at the same time, we do know for a fact that we do have an element of it coming from us. Yeah, we know it's coming from, Ruby, you got a bounce in it. Are you going now? I think she's gone.
No. I'll be back. Just give me a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah. All right, then. Cool. No problem. Listen, yeah. And this is the thing, yeah, about us, the way that we were attacking them, yeah. Sorry, where did I leave off? Really distracted me. Where we leave off as a fan base, yeah, it's actually so damaging that we can't, we're not shielding these kids enough, bro. Yeah, we're hurting them more than anything. And we can see that it's us as well. Because you see who said it? I don't know who said it, but they said that you wouldn't see it in Real Madrid. Yeah, and you wouldn't see it in other clubs, yeah. And the fact that we see it every single day, any fan channel you turn on, bro, any fan channel you turn on, you want to say you don't see the same thing in Arsenal all the time. They're not cussing out Odegaard for not scoring or making shit passes or not being available and things like that. We're constantly cussing out our players left, right, and center. I will have to say that is one thing. We're not. You don't think we're cussing out our players left, right, and center?
I'm saying it's not true about the Arsenal lot.
Arsenal.
The same as us. As soon as it starts going bad for them, they'll be right back to it, bro.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends is on every train possible, bro. Like
I don't feel like they cuss their individual players as much.
No.
As we do.
I think Arsenal's where we learnt it from, my friend. That's how bad they are.
You know what? I actually think Arsenal learnt from it. I think if you go back like 5 years ago, a little bit more, maybe like 6-7 years ago, when they're in the middle of being like dead wood, they were real toxic back then.
Oh, nasty.
Real toxic. Nasty. I think they learned like, right, you know what? We ain't helping. We need to shut up.
Are we going through our Arsenal stage then? Are we going through our Arsenal stage? Are we in the best bit of our stages?
Yeah, but do you know why ours is more painful? Because we've actually got real trophies. We've actually had real trophies. We've actually tasted real glory.
Bro, the phrase hated, ignored, adored, never ignored.
Never ignored.
Real glory. Because it doesn't matter if you're a fan of ours, if you're an op, if you're a neutral, if you're just turning up to the game now and you're looking for who to actually pay attention to, you're gonna hear our name, bro.
Our name's all the time.
You're gonna hear our name. Get me? So it doesn't really actually matter. Again, this is why you see certain performances out of certain kids, bro. This is where Garnacho fucking me off. Gets on my nerves all the time, bro. Yeah. But remember that bicycle kick? Every time he gets to the corner of the box, he has a flashback. That bicycle kick, and he goes, "Yeah, but you remember what? I'm gonna slap you if you do it again, bro." These are the things I'll be saying to him in the changing room because I can't have it no more. If you don't do an X pass, the next 20 times you get on the ball, you know X in FIFA, yes. If you don't do that,
there was
the ball, I'm beating you up.
But there was a chance he had yesterday where he could have slipped Chido in. Foggiest shot from outside the box. And I just thought, you've really got into your head that you're the next big, you're the big, not the next big thing, you are the big thing.
As well. Yeah, I was just
going to talk about that as well. Same psychology. Sorry, Josh, go on, carry on.
No, I wanted to hit on that point exactly. It was the passes he could have made, and it wasn't just that Cheeto one. There was a couple of more. I just feel like sometimes he really either he lacks the IQ for that final pass, or he just really thinks he's the guy to take it. And I don't know what is it about him that he does that. And I wanted to touch onto this topic, right? Because I wanted to ask, what do you guys think? Should United have like a system in place for the youth that comes through, how to handle their social media, a team? Because these guys are, most of the time, these guys are just looking for some really good PR moments that makes them look better, in my opinion. Like, they never.
I think United are the ones that actually do that to them. If I'm being real,
United are meant to help them, but United are not very good at the control either. And if you get a PR team that's too good, you get Rashford syndrome. So we also have to be careful with that. If we tell them, encourage them, or go get a PR team, they get Rashford's PR team. We're never being able to coach them again. They're not teachable from that.
Yeah, Rashford's brother did him an injustice, man. Definitely.
Yeah, and even Garnacho's little brother's apparently the one that puts the pictures up on his Instagram, and clearly he needs some education himself because he's too young.
Exactly.
When Garnacho got taken off for that game, it was
that was mad. That was mad.
We did win the game, and you put the picture of him being upset walking back into the change room.
To speak to what Josh was saying, so they're supposed to have a psychologist on staff, right, to deal not only with
damage control, by the way,
right? So like okay, so everybody's on Rasmus and everybody's getting on Rasmus and everybody's like, he's doing next to nothing on the pitch, but you can literally see that dude's in his head, right? Like, he's gone. Like, to Josh's point, he's on the pitch, but he's not mentally he's not on the pitch. Physically, he's on the pitch. Like, I watched him when the camera panned to him yesterday at the game, and Sunday, sorry. We're in Tuesday. Yeah, Sunday. So I watched him, and you could literally see, like, his eyes are like, there's nothing there.
Lack of belief as well.
Your lights are off.
Yeah.
Well, you see that look you're talking about, yeah? That deflated look. I see that look. I seen that look on Ronaldo's face.
Yeah.
I seen that look on Xerxes' face. Anyone who's been up top for us here for the last sort of like 3-4 years, they've all ended up making that same expression, which is like, raw. Like, is anyone on my team here? Like, is it me against these lot? Like,
yeah.
And it goes back to like what Joe was saying, because I've got to a point where I'm starting to feel sorry for man. I'm thinking to myself, like,
I feel sorry for Xerxes at the weekend. I feel sorry for Xerxes.
Oh, the videos of him after the game was upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. For his first season, I don't know how much more man can actually go through.
Yeah.
Like, they really focused on him after the game, man. Like, video after video of him on the pitch crying. And
we have as well. And this is the thing.
Unnecessary.
We have done this as well. Look at the reason why KG had to buy our Xerxes shirt. Look at the reason why I said I had to stop talking about Xerxes as well. Do you know what I mean? There's been reasons why I feel bad, because I think I've also been a part of it. Do you know what I mean? I've been guilty of this thing. But it's when you also have players like this guy on the team, though, and I think I did a good segue. Yes, this bastard. Look at this bastard. Hey, who's not a good host now? No, but no, seriously, look at this bastard. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He's out of his Chelsea boys. Wow, just enjoying life while we're going through the mud.
Can someone correct me? Wasn't he meant to be? He was meant to be out for 10 weeks. I'm sure the 10 week is this week.
Yes.
So, has he gone to have fun and then he's coming back to training, or is he going to extend it now?
I don't want him back in training. Man, look like Phil Mitchell's son right now. Look at that shape up he's got in his face, bro. He's a mess. His hair's all greasy. Bro, stay over there, Bridget, with your Chelsea boys. The only time this is acceptable is if you actually come out, yeah, tell the truth and tell everyone that Reece James is your boyfriend and you went down to meet the
wow, Cody.
That's the only way. If you're going to see your boyfriend, you do you, innit?
Goalie.
I'm just
Goalie. That's a goalie.
By the way, it wasn't just Mount. It was
allegedly. Allegedly.
What's the alleged about? Mace, because I can see his face, bro.
I don't know. I'm just saying things, yeah. Allegedly,
what's alleged, bro? Look at his face right on the picture. What's alleged about it, bro?
I'll tell you. 1 second. Allegedly, this guy has been accused of sleeping with this guy as being boyfriend and boyfriend.
I don't care about that.
It's alleged. It's just alleged, isn't it?
Oh, no. Hey, whatever you do, don't put any of those comments up.
Give the whole lore.
Whatever you do, Joe, none of those comments come up.
I'm not putting any comments up, yeah? No, hold on. I forgot to, I was supposed to read this before I transitioned, but it was such a good time to transition. I transitioned. So I'm just going to read the super chat real quick, yeah? It was saying that the fan base is abusing Rasmus at 22, but want to protect Chido. Now, if you don't know, bro, that's a 5-year difference. That boy is literally still a teenager, and this man is a young adult. So the level of protection should be slightly different, in life.
I'd just like to say, Ruben, if you haven't seen the clips of me protecting Hojlund even up until recent weeks against the likes of Charles, saying he's still young as a striker, then I implore you, go and actually check my opinion on the matter, because that is.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm putting my hands up on this one. I didn't defend. I'm not defending Erasmus, but I don't know what that is. I don't know who. Something irked me last season about him, and I think the problem with me is I'm like a dog with a bone, right? When I say something about someone and then people start arguing with me about it, you have to basically say, yes, you are right, Abbas. You're 100% right. Nothing's wrong before I let go of the topic. So I haven't quite let go of Rasmus yet because I haven't heard the energy is not any energy in the way I want it to be. Right?
Well, hold on. So what do you want? What do you want? Explain yourself. What do you want?
No, because that's mainly aimed at KG. Because there's a video that we have in our courtroom thing, right?
Just making known.
That's the thing, though. But that's the thing.
He's crazy, and he's not even around.
Listen,
I do not like backing down from anything I say, right? If I hate it, but this one, I was arguing with everyone about this Rasmus guy, going, he's not as good as you think he is. I don't know if he's got that striker mentality, and everyone thought I was just shouting pure shit. So I said, no. Now I'm not letting go of it.
It's not that we think. I don't think. You see, this is the thing that I think you confuse about people believing in something and wanting something. Yeah. Sometimes I think you
see how Cord said that comment. Yeah, that's this what I'm talking about. See Cord's comments right there. Even that's a lie, because I wasn't on his neck straight away. I wasn't on it straight away, bro.
I don't know. Of course,
this is the thing, though. But no, this is the thing. No, you have to take into consideration, though, bro. The likes of Rasmus, the likes of Xerxes. Yeah. Look, I think I protected Rasmus and I've attacked Xerxes. That's what I'm gonna say that I've done in it. Yeah, I've protected Rasmus, I've attacked Xerxes, and even then, to that point, I will say that I should be protecting both. Yeah, they're young players. And let's face it, they're really young players, bro. They're not even developed yet to the fullest potential that they could be. They're still developing. And I feel like we are developing them wrong. Now that I'm looking back on situations and the fact that we are making these young guys be our last point of call and saying this is our first team players. We have no olders. Yeah. We have no olders. There's the experience. But go on. Someone take the floor.
I'm going to say, that's the biggest problem we've created in this team. And I think Jose was probably the last person to have real leaders in his team. I'm talking the Zlatan. There was someone else as well, the Matic. Like these were experienced Herrera. These were experienced players.
Matic was the last real midfielder we had, you know.
Yes, even Mata. I know Mata was a quiet one, but even he. Some of these guys either led by performances or they led by the information they gave out. And I think Ole was the manager that kind of went towards young players, and we haven't quite gone around that yet. I think Maguire is meant to be our leader because he's one of the older statements. Varane as well was there, but he obviously he's gone now. We don't have a lot of leaders, and Rasmus, if he was the second striker, I would back him 100% because then you know there's a target, right? But as soon as they made him number 1 striker, I said, oh, he must be brilliant then. To make him your only striker, he has to be brilliant.
But
isn't that the fault of the club, though?
100%.
I was just going to say, that's not on him. They bought him in and just threw him on the deep end. It's like, you know, like Josh is saying, that's the fault of the club, and that's the mismanagement that the club's been doing for years, like you've been saying. Like, they bring these young players and they put United. We all say it. United is one of the biggest clubs in the world, right? For a young 20-year-old to come to United and have to be up front and be the guy that has to score our goals, right? Think about it. At 20 years old, your mind is not completely ready for that kind of pressure.
Really, it goes one step further as well. Like, I said something yesterday about having various ways to score goals. Yeah, that is very true for the individual of a striker. Like, you can't at the top flight, you can't think unless you're faster than everyone or taller than everyone.
Right.
You can't do anything more than once. Like, you can't.
That's very true.
And if you're getting away with it more than once, you will not get away with it again next game. People have tapes.
Right.
Like, people will be watching you.
Of course, they're gonna watch you, right?
People notice, yeah.
So the real issue there is, like, the kid's got one way to score. If you leave him out there, you say, go and do the same thing you did last week. Go and do the same thing. Well, do you think the rest of the centre backs in the league are gonna have that?
Can I ask a question? I want to ask Abs a question as a coach. So, watching him when Ruud was here, right, under Ten Hag, not when he was the interim, but under Ten Hag when Ruud was here, did you personally, like, looking at a player as a coach from a coaching standpoint, did you see like any of that striker knowledge from Ruud being impart on him with his movements?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. I think there was only one game, and he came out himself and said, "Oh, I've learned that I need to keep away from the defenders and play on their shoulder." And I thought, okay, someone's giving you that message. I didn't know if it was Ruud. I didn't know who it was. I didn't even care. I was just happy that he regurgitated the message back out.
So that's why I'm asking, because it doesn't look like he's getting that kind of information fed to him anymore.
Since that game, he's gone straight back to default. And that's the problem. His default,
we're getting into the politics
with defenders that are stronger than him.
No, it's not the politics. I'm just asking about, like,
no,
because I think I asked Abs this before, if there's like a striker coach that's
but listen. This is why it's politics. Yeah, let me break it down. Court said it, but he uses words. It's a we got a development player and paid main guy price. Yeah, when you come with a main guy price tag, and we have owners like the likes of Ineos who are cutting like dinner ladies and shit, they don't actually really want to give you a top striker coach. They want to see a return of investment on 70 mil without actually having to spend any more, because I spent a lot on you. That's their attitude, like an asset. This is where it does get a bit political, because they will leave a kid like that to drown. They will. Don't think football.
Which sounds absolutely crazy, but yes, I do.
They will do that. They will do that. They will absolutely do that. And for some weird reason, they will justify it as less of a loss. I don't know how.
I would even point out to you, right? And I said this before on the show. Rashford didn't get the development he should have got.
No, he didn't.
Right?
Rashford should have
when he came in. When he came in, he was battling Martial. That's not the person you're meant to learn off. You're meant to have someone that you can learn off. They were battling each other, and it was a case of, let me do what I can do better than you, and then I'll keep my position. And then Rashford will come and do his thing. He'll go, no, I'll work harder than you. That's how I'm going to impress Jose. And then obviously he got to the point where he started scoring, because even, and I know it sounds negative, but even that season where he was scoring a lot of goals, quite a few of us were saying, my God, he's getting away with making the same run, the same mistakes, and he just gets a goal. This is not going to last. I remember there was that talk, he's at Mbappe's level now. And I was like, no, he's not. Because what he's doing now, next season, the defenders are going to learn it. What happened? After he scored 31 goals that season, next season he scored 10.
Yeah, because they started.
Not only his energy went down,
they
but
looked at
the
videos
like,
and they shut him down.
Can I
know
add
exactly what you're going to do? We know exactly what you're going to do. Ended it. And I looked at that and I thought, okay, so that means, and Ten Hag was there at the time, I said, Ten Hag, you're going to have to coach him differently so that the season after that he gets back to being normal. Didn't happen. Right? And I look at it and I go, this is we're poor. Yep, exactly. Like that. I mean, Hazard is probably not the worst one to
Can I give time
at that time, but even he could have learned something from Hazard, even at that point. Senior pros or people that have played the game before.
You guys remember, like, to add to that, Cavani used to coach Greenwood when Cavani was there.
Yeah, so yes, I did hear that. Yeah,
when Cavani used to coach Greenwood, you could actually see it. The positioning, the headers, all of that. He told him when to pass, how quickly to pass. So all of that was really there. And I was hoping, I knew what we were doing with Rasmus. We were trying to create a bootleg version of Hojlund and Julian Alvarez when Alvarez came to City. I know.
No,
I know that.
We bought the wish version.
That's going to be some sort of Scandinavian.
The Timu version.
They're two different countries and all sorts.
The Timu version.
You can't do that.
We went out and got the Timu version.
Funny enough, Josh, to go on what you're saying, what really surprised me, right, the most, is how much Rashford and Greenwood did not want to learn off Cristiano Ronaldo. I am still never going to let that go.
Pure
Say
what it is, Abs.
They didn't want to listen.
Go ahead.
But what it is that these kids these days, they think they know everything. And then they're in this world now. They got the big money. So we go back to Garnacho earlier, just walking up. These men don't want to learn sometimes. Sometimes these ballers, so-called, they've got all the ability in the world, some of them. They'll do 100 kickoffs.
Okay, but can I look at it from, because I always play devil's advocate. So can I, Joe?
It just made sense to put it out there, didn't it? It made sense. It made sense, didn't it?
I want to look at it from a different perspective, because I love Ronaldo, but Ronaldo comes across as a Jordan, where like he wants to curse at you. He wants to, and I'm not saying this is what he did, but I'm saying he's that kind. He comes across as that kind of person, and sometimes you can't expect people to accept that or take it in the way you're trying to dish it out.
No,
and he doesn't look like the kind of person that can change how he.
No, I get. I don't see Ronaldo as a sit next, watch me how I do it. I'm just talking about in terms of sometimes the best teachers out there, the ones who you just see doing it. No, that is in the attitude. Go out there, do the extra yards. Go out there, keep on pinging the ball, whatever it is. Some of them, I just see it as a case of, and I hate this social media. I love social media, but also it's a detriment to everything as well. Because sometimes there's just too much out there. Everything's too accessible. Sometimes I feel like some of them do feel like, you know what, I've got this already. Then the extra yards are not put in. So we talk about Rasmus. I was always hoping Rasmus was going to be the guy. And going back to the Timu version, I think they just saw, you know what, he's leading the line at Denmark. Listen, we're in a hole here. Let's just get him. I've always just hoped that he was going to be the guy. It's kind of our own fault because yes, like I can't remember who mentioned, if he was the backup striker, then I don't think he'll be getting the stress that he's getting now.
No, he wouldn't.
But because he's the main man, we are in this world now where we're expecting more for that. Yeah,
the expectations gone through the roof.
Expectations here. So if you're running down cul-de-sacs and you're wrestling and I can't see the little finesse and just the main art of a striker, then I'm thinking to myself, have I got scammed? So, but then back to Joe's point, there has to be a point where I have to remember where I'm at and where we're at and who we've got. So I kind of have to remember that as well. But at the same time, I'm allowed to want more. I'm allowed to need more. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. This is where I get frustrated. I don't know how this is going to get fixed anytime soon.
Yeah, I just want to quickly get back to something you asked me.
Man, we'll probably be prepared to take a loss from the man. That man will, Rasmus will probably go on loan next season, and then we'll just cut our losses, and it will be starting again. But it's just,
I think that's all we can do. By the way, Rasmus can only go on loan because of amortization. I think we can't sell him.
Unless, I'm sorry, you can't get rid of him. You can't get rid of him because you're thinning the squad again. Mm-hmm. This is what we've just done.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of him.
It's not. I think this is the problem as well. Yeah, the price tag, makes us judge these players worse. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, because if he wasn't worth 60, 70 mil, if he came in as a 30 mil player, a youngster.
We're not even having this conversation.
No.
Bro, look but wait, stop. Look at Dallo. Like, Dallo has been so bad. Like, so bad. But because we paid, what, 15 for him? Did we pay 15
I think was it 30 altogether?
30 altogether?
Or something like that? At the time, he was
cheap. It was cheap. It wasn't right. So the fan base is not looking at that because it's not anything over 50. So
I mean, Ahmad is a perfect example. We bought him for 40 when he was literally a teenager. Yeah. We've loaned him out left, right, center, and then he's come in, and we've been okay with it because he's 40. It's like, we can make that up, really.
Exactly.
If Anthony was the real value, which was about 50, and Hojlund was the real value, which is about 50, I don't think I would have been. This is why I feel sorry for Xerxes. Because Xerxes is about 40, and we should not be angry with him the way we are. But unfortunately, we're in that mode now where everything that goes wrong just drives us up the wall collectively as a group, and then obviously
I feel sorry for Xerxes. I feel sorry for Xerxes because everything this board Ineos have done to us, in terms of like every time I'm about to trigger some hood children right now, but this is being in the hood. This is being in the hood. It's coming up to Christmas. And all of the youths are getting Game Boys. You go home and ask for a Game Boy, and you get some Timu something. Yeah? Like, you don't get no real Game Boy, bro. You can't play with everyone else. Like, your games ain't the same. Yeah? This is what's happening with the signings every time, bro. Every time. Like, I feel sorry for Xerxes because that spot in the squad belonged to the likes of an Osherman, an established striker. Yeah. You brought a kid in who actually would have been better for us as a 10, the way it's all played out. Mm-hmm. And he's shining in those situations. Yeah. Yes, on Sunday, his one-touch football is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
We weren't seeing it out of him because you put him in a position where it's like, we need goals. Now, the young kid that we overpaid for, he's not scored. We need goals, you got to score. But he's never been that guy. So you did it twice.
And you know the worst thing is, to make it worse for both strikers as well, at the time, we're playing wingers that are more interested in scoring than they are in assisting as well, just to make it worse. So you're putting them in, you're putting pressure on them with their price tag. I'm questioning the coaching generally in Man United and the everything that we have, the gym, the pitch, the training pitch, all of that is questionable. And then when they actually do get on a pitch in front of the 75,000, 80,000 fans, you've got one man on the right of you that's selfish, slightly, or was, and then the other one on your left who's also selfish. So even if you made the right run, you probably won't be getting noticed.
That is the key to it, bro. And this is where the likes of Hojlund starts playing the way he's playing. Yeah, because you can go back last summer, you can go back all the way from the very first day that I saw that kid play for us. Yeah. You can't say he's not making the runs and putting himself in space. Yeah, you're not supposed to get the ball every time. You're not. Yeah. But there is way too many times where Garnacho's taking these dumb shots from the corner of the box, and my man's in a better position.
I've been on this where I've said that he doesn't get the service that he deserves. Like, I've said it. I've said he does, and you got to get, as a striker, Ronaldo used to be crying out for service too when he was here this second time.
And Nisra used to do that with Ronaldo.
You know what I mean?
Right, so, that's why financial got kicked out. He moaned too much.
What are you talking about?
I want to add,
get him away from
this is why I said I wasn't on Rasmus' neck from the beginning, because at the beginning I was like, how's this going to work? Because he looks like a striker that wants to score, but you have Rashford on the left who's going to try and score, and Garnacho who thinks he's Ronaldo's second coming, so he's definitely going to try and score. So I never knew how that was going to work. And then, but the problem happened is, and as you said, maybe I should have been a bit kinder because he was young. I started seeing him either making completely the wrong runs or not enough. And that's when I started judging him, because I was like, no, you can't stop. You have to keep going. And then it's up to Ten Hag to fix the problem. And Ten Hag wasn't fixing the problem. And then when it comes to this season, now, I don't know what runs he's making or where he's actually trying to be. I really don't.
He probably feels lost himself.
I don't even think he knows where he needs to be.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah.
Right? And then what we're doing to compound it is that we're playing him week after week after week. We start seeing to give him a break or fix it. He only gets a break when he's injured. He only gets a break when he's injured.
You know the other thing I don't like as well, Abs? The other thing I don't like as well, yeah, is we're not trying to find the problem. Like, I'll give Amorim his critique for this, but I know where this comes from. At Man United, certain players are built up to have a certain profile. Them players that are in that certain profile, your Scholes is the undroppables. Yeah, the board will turn around and say to whatever manager's in there on any given day, notice you're not starting Bruno. And I know I'm talking Bruno's name, but he's just that guy at the moment, isn't he? Like, yeah. But my point being is we're not trying to find a problem. Like, we're not trying to mix and match things alongside Hojlund to see, is it the service? Is it actually you being wasteful with your chances? Is it you not running in the right channels? What is the problem? Yeah. We're not trying to find the problem. We're not trying to find the problem.
Was it me or did any of you notice also just before Ahmad got injured, he was also getting very selfish with the ball?
Oh yes.
I'm actually going to defend him slightly, right? Because me and Uncle pointed this out to someone, because someone was like, "Oh, Ahmad's not passing the ball to Hojlund," and then we took pictures. Well, Uncle took pictures. I tried to describe it because I didn't have time to take pictures. Then Uncle took pictures and put in the group chat and said, "Look where Hojlund is standing. He's never going to get the ball there. Ain't no one going to pass him the ball there. It's better for Ahmad to just shoot." But there is a little thing that happens. It's a trust thing. Because after a while, I ain't giving the ball to Hojlund. Because I don't know. Because we can all say now, his first touch is shocking.
Yes, it is.
Let me open your eyes, yeah? Because Abs, I can tell you're a midfielder. Let me tell you how a striker thinks, yeah? You think I'm going to run for you every time you get on the ball. When 9 times out of 10, I sprint my backside off and you don't even look in my direction. I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
So that's okay. So let's look at it this way. You see that, Joe? You see that, Joe? So you got a striker on the bottom. You got a midfielder on the top. And you hear what they just said? He's saying, if you ain't running, I ain't passing the ball. And then he's saying, if I'm running and you ain't looking up and passing the ball to me. So you could imagine what's going on the pitch for Man United.
That's exactly what's happening. It's exactly. Do you know what? But I'm so glad, Coley, you opened your mouth and said that, because it's probably exactly what's happening and in front of our eyes as well,
Trust both ways.
You know how many arguments I've had as a winger when people are telling me, you're not making a run. I'm not, but he ain't trying to find me, though.
Can I really expose something? Yeah, I've had these hats on. So when I was in school, I was second in the UK for 100 meters. Yeah, I was number 1 in the county, number 1 in the district. But I played football for the county and the district, so everyone knew I was fast. But my team would abuse it, bro. There would be no there'll be no tiki taka. We're Sean Dyche in this bitch. Yeah. It's Coley, run, brother. I am not a cheater. If I was me, I'd be dead by now, bro. You can't make someone sprint like that all day and expect it to just keep happening. Yeah, at some point,
everyone with pace has suffered the same thing, you know. As a winger, that's all I got.
At some
point, don't chase that.
Hasn't Rashford been a victim of this as well, though?
No.
Yes.
No. I'll tell you why. For the same reasons that Hojlund is suffering now, because that's the only trick Rashford has. If Rashford's not in behind with space, then he's useless anyway. So actually,
you know what compounded Rashford, by the way? Do you know what compounded Rashford? Us signing Bruno, because that's all Bruno looks for as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's now doing it with
no. But that's all Rashford looks to do as well. That's what Rashford looks for. You can only play the pass. You can only play the pass that the guy's looking to make the right.
It goes back to that point. It goes back to that point.
I said they compounded it. They're both together doing the same thing. And you notice,
I know that's all you're doing.
Then that's all I can play.
All you're doing. That's the thing, bro. You never cut inside.
Yeah, but
you never cut inside. You're always doing the outside.
Everyone was shouting at Bruno for giving the ball away, right? Because what happened that period is either Rashford stopped running or Rashford wasn't picked, and Bruno was still trying to do the same thing with everyone else that was playing. And we were just on the sideline going, okay, change your game, bro. You don't have the out ball. But yeah, I used to play with
all right.
You know the back lad? You're finished. You're absolutely finished. You know you're doing doggies.
I want to add though. I wanted to add there was this I wanted to add though. I remember hearing Amorim and he said sometimes about Rasmus, right? He's like, sometimes it's not about finding him, it's about what he can do off the ball. Yeah. So we need to add a little element of the fact that Amorim may be telling him to make certain runs that don't benefit him, but rather make space for players like Garnacho and Xerxes or Ahmad to come in and do that.
Which is going to frustrate him even more. Because now he's like, am I just a decoy then?
Yeah, basically Amorim is using him for
the thing
who he thinks can score.
Yeah, and that's the thing I really needed to point out, because I think it's something we need to talk about when it comes to Rasmus as well, because that's what Amorim is using him as. It's like
I don't think I don't think he's using him as that. But what it is, is Rasmus has got to a point where he's so desperate for goals for his own self-esteem. Yeah, he's not interested in them situations where he can make a run for the team.
Right.
Yeah.
In his mind, he's thinking, well, when I'm square, like Garnacho's done it to him so many times this season, I would have fought you, bro. There's been so many times he could have just squared it across the box.
Yep, I've seen it.
6 tappings by now.
I've seen it.
But he's not done it. And what I'm saying to you is, if that happens enough times, Rasmus is eventually going to go, well, no, I'm not doing the team runs then. No. Every time I get the ball now, I'm trying to score. And if I don't score, you don't got to live with it because I don't get the ball enough. In his mind. Get me? But that's not the right. I'm not justifying.
No, but it comes back to the breakdown of how your thinking starts to go because of all these dominoes that keep falling, and eventually you're like, I think he's at the point now where he's like, I need to score because he feels like if he scores, his confidence will go back up. Which is,
he'll be able to look himself in the mirror at least.
Exactly, at least looking and be like,
surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So that's where he's at right now, where he's like,
babes, I don't want to go out. I don't even want to talk to you. Don't look at me.
Don't chat to me.
I'm not the same guy right now.
You see, that brings me back to that same point that, remember when I said, when I was watching Chido, that I was starting to feel sorry for all of our strikers. Yeah? And that is the thing, bro. They've all been through it, They've all been through this bullshit, fam. Yeah?
Wow.
What do we have here?
No.
Hold on, what do we have here?
Let's discuss the problem. Let's discuss why our strikers are withering away and dying before our very eyes. Let's discuss how the great CR7 goes from being the great CR7 to being disrespected by our own fan base. Yeah, how does that happen?
No, let's not go there, because if we go
we're there. No. Don't take me nowhere.
Before we go, I need to ask you one question, everybody here, because we've spoken about these players, yeah? We haven't spoken about the man himself, innit, yeah? Amorim, yeah? There's been quotes coming out his mouth that sounded like he's losing faith. Do you think that he's losing faith when he comes out with quotes saying that Manchester United need to win the league, but it might not be with me? Paraphrasing there a little bit, but along those lines is what he's saying.
I think he's realistic in that. That's realistic. That's being realistic.
Joe, remember, he's got a 2-year contract. I don't think. Do you think we're winning the league in 2 years?
No, but if you saw progress within the next year, hopefully we'll get a new contract. You would expect.
My brother, look at the progress he's seeing right now. I don't think he knew how bad this team was. I don't think he knew how bad the mentality.
He said that with the interview with Rio. He had an interview with Rio, and he's like, "I didn't realize."
Yeah, it's the resources.
He was lying to you about
one at a time. Whoa. One at a time. One at a time. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'll start. Cody's gonna finish. I think he didn't realize how bad this team was. He didn't realize how bad this mentality was, because he's thinking, Man United, brand name, they can't be that bad. I must be able to save them. Ten Hag thought the same thing in the beginning when he joined, right? Remember, he changed his style of play in 4 games in the first season. He went, woo, this ain't gonna run. Yep. Change it back to Ollie football. Ruben Amorim's come and decided, I'm dying on my own sword, but he's also not realized how bad these guys are, how bad their mentality is. And then, of course, what Cody just added is where the hell is the resources to help build this team? So he's probably sitting there now and thinking, I've got 2 years, 3 transfer windows, if that. I have to sell to buy. I'm already losing players left, right, center. My United's aim is to win the league. It probably ain't going to be with me because I'm only here for 2 years.
Yeah. Not only that, you don't want to spend no money.
I'm probably gonna leave. He's gonna leave.
I'm saying there's a 40% chance he is leaving on his own. I'm telling you this.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm asking the question.
I want him to. I would rather he saves his reputation, because you know what? How dare they bring him into this situation and lead him into a dark alley and leave him there, bro? How dare they? They knew what they was going to do to him. Middle of the season. Oh, yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that. It's going to be great. Yeah, shut up, Ruben, man. Just go out there and do your 50th interview
transfers
and tell them why we're great.
They put him front line in a war with no weapons.
With no weapons.
Rambo settings, do something yourself. Like this is a movie.
Have you seen the South Park movie? Operation Black Shield. That's what
But I don't think Amorim. Even I used to think Amorim would walk, but I think he's too passionate, and I feel he's emotional also. So he's the kind of guy who's gonna stick with the job. He's gonna enjoy whatever comes with it, and I think he walks when his contract runs up. I think that's when he walks.
I actually think he's that confident in himself. Yeah, that guy loves himself. Yeah, and he believes in himself.
You know what I call him.
He should love himself though. He's been doing everything right since he left.
Since he's gotten here, the young Jose. Like he has that personality. He has that personality.
You saw what he said to Rooney, by the way. Rooney called him naive, and he's like,
this was his job, bro. I see what Rudy is on his job, fam. I see what he's on.
Rudy's like a little chance for me, you know.
But yeah, Amorim doesn't back down from the press. He doesn't back down from criticism. Like he always has a comeback, and it's always a sideways comeback when he talks to the press. You just gotta listen to it, really, because I know people watch snippets of his interviews, but I literally watch his whole interviews, and I've been calling him like the young Jose because he be giving it to the press, like legit. And to Ab's point, I think he's in his head. He didn't realize how bad it was here. I don't think
no one would.
I don't think he realized what these players did not have to offer.
Yeah,
because everybody's like, oh, they play for the badge. These players haven't played for the badge in years.
Sorry, can I throw an insult to Wayne Rooney quickly, right? Just before we move on.
What are you don't you?
No. I have to because do you know why? Do you know why I'm saying this? I love you as a player, my bro. Right? I was there backing you, probably one of the greatest players in the league. But you, Neville, Keane, bear of you, man, are all failed managers. You, Rooney, I don't think you've been in a job longer than 6 months. I don't think you should be calling anyone naive about their dreams of management. I don't think so.
You know what's the
Do you know how young he is as a manager, Abs? No, wait. Do you know what you just did? You just called Xerxes a failed striker, bro. Do you know what you just did?
No. I don't know where you really
No, you can't do that.
No.
Do you know how young he is as a manager?
No.
Take it back.
No, I'm not taking it back. How young is Amorim as a manager?
My favorite United player of all time. You will respect him.
Yeah, but the player and the manager are different people.
It's the levels.
They're both
It's levels, Coley.
They're both full way Rooney. They're the same person.
But player and manager, he was one of the hands down. I hear you. He was one of our best Man U players ever. As a manager, though, as a manager, how many?
I love him. You have to point out the obvious. But if you haven't been a manager for a season, you can't call another manager naive.
Exactly.
He's got the job that you want, big man.
Why are you doing this?
He's got the Man United job that you want. I know Rooney wants that job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call him naive, bro.
Give it to him, yes.
If
If Amorim don't win it, and he leaves, yeah.
No, Rooney can't have it.
Rooney already said he doesn't want that job.
That's my coaching staff, Rooney and Rude. Yeah, I don't care what happens on the pitch.
Rooney's like, you know what he's like?
Nah, you have to hold a sin bin for that one. You have to hold a sin bin for Rooney. Nah, bro, I've seen Rooney manage, and even I love Rooney, bro. And even I have to admit, Rooney.
What it reminded me of yesterday. When I watched him do his little thing. It just felt like, when you've got your exes there, you just broke up with her, and like basically she's like seeing a new man, and the new man's treating her not too well, and he's just there like, yeah, man, he's not doing it right, man. You maybe should. That's what it just felt like. He's just waiting to see if he could slide in. Because
what the sad stories have I just heard, bro?
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. It felt like he's just like, yeah, nah, man. He should be taking you out on Valentine's Day, man. No, listen, Rooney, you ain't having the job. I love you,
bro. You're not getting the job, bro.
You're not getting the job. It's not happening. That's what it felt like to me. And then it was just funny. I was thinking, nah, bro. Like, just stop it.
Oh no, Rooney's moving like one of them sideways man. You know the ones there, like, nah, fam, I can't trust you.
He's side-eyeing his role. That's why he's talking. He needs to.
And Amorim's response was, someone's not hearing it right. She for the streets. Just understand.
Yeah, but that's awesome, bro. This Man United.
Well, he went there.
We're the team, bro.
But the love for the club, innit? He loves it. He's like, I love her. I need her back.
She for the streets. She's all yours.
No, bro. No. You don't know. Hold on. You don't know what the girl said yet, fam.
Yeah. I know she sat down and told someone you ain't doing stuff.
At the end of the day, listen. Hold on. At the end of the day, yeah. Listen, I'll tell you something, yeah. If a man is trying to ting with your girl, bro, at least you know your girl is appealing, good looking, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You must know that, right?
She's fell off a bit over recent years, though. She's fell off a bit.
But someone found her attractive still. You get me? We're trying to build it back up. So, at least the attention in. And on that note, you know what? I think on an hour and 22 show, I'm going to call that quits because we're starting to get a bit sidetracked now. So, guys, you know what? It's been a great show, actually. Very good show. It flowed seamlessly. And I would like to say a big thank you to Abs up there. Big thank you to Riri. Big thank you to Josh. Big thank you to Coley. And a big thank you to Leon. Hey, listen, guys, big up yourselves. And thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, do you know what? This is going to be a regular show. We're going to be here every Monday night between 9:30 and 10 p.m., depending on what time we get here. You know, Joe Blackman timing and all that. But anyway,
Joe gets here.
Let's not talk about that, Riri. It's like you want to get sick, didn't it? Anyway, don't think it's come to a woman, yeah? Anyway, no, I'm joking. I'll bring you back. But on that note, guys, seriously, thank you for everybody that's been here. Some of you guys have rocked with us right till the end. Some of you guys have dipped in and dipped out. But thank you to everybody that's hit the like button. If you're joining us later, make sure you subscribe. If you're a new person, if you're just getting here, make sure you drop a like on the video in it, yeah, because we must grow this channel. This channel must do well. Guys, thank you. And I guess good night. Where's the button? Find the button. I can't find the button, guys. You're gonna stay for a little bit longer.
Drop a bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Ooh, look at that.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky at that.
None can compare with the KG Don. Better take cover when he drops that. Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
I said drop a bomb, Dad.